Welcome. Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. Thank you so much for being with us today. I have Brother Peters with me.
Yes, sir.
It's so nice to have you.
I'm glad to be on here. It's an honor.
I've heard of your family and all for a long, long time. But I don't remember meeting you. Of course, I meet many folks at like conferences and stuff. I forget. But I've heard the pastor here, Tipton, speak of you and all, and he thinks so very much of you. So thank you for being on the program.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be with you.
Now, how many is in your family?
As far as my siblings, I have 3 siblings. I have 2 younger brothers and an older sister.
Uh-huh. Now, your immediate family.
I have my wife and then we have 2 daughters.
Now, you have a grandfather that's been preaching a long time.
My grandfather's my pastor, Tom Peters.
Yeah.
He's been in Christiansburg. He'll be celebrating his 48th year pastoring there.
48 years. How old is he?
He'll be 78 in June.
Tell him it's not long. Goes. I'm 88, but I've been a long time not wanting to pastor, and all. Now, what's your trip down south? What's your here? I mean, you're south, but yeah.
Right.
We're in Mississippi, and we're in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Yes,
and I might mention that.
We run a Christian school in our church, and that's my primary job. I'm the principal. Mm-hmm. So we're actually on spring break this week. So since we had some time off, we came down here preaching for a few friends of mine while we're off school and making a family trip out of it with our daughters too.
Well, you choose to do that over evangelistic work, right?
Yes, sir.
That's good. To evangelize and to have children is quite a job.
It is. It's a big task.
How long have you been in the church?
Well, I was born and raised in the church there where my grandfather pastors. Now my father, my grandfather's son, was backslidden when I was born. And so there were some challenges there. He and my mother actually were not even married when I was born. So my grandparents always made sure that I was in church. And really to them, I owe being in church today. I do.
How long have you been preaching?
Since I was 18, so about 11 years. I'm 29.
Mm-hmm. Now, tell us how about the country that how is it out there?
Virginia, southwestern Virginia, where we're at, is beautiful. It's kind of the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. So we're not in the deep Appalachian Mountains like parts of West Virginia, but it's beautiful country. It's mostly rural. We live in a college town. Virginia Tech is there in Blacksburg. And Blacksburg and Christiansburg are sister towns.
Oh, you're from close to Blacksburg?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yeah, Christiansburg and Blacksburg run together. They meet. Yeah. And most of as far as restaurants and Walmart and all that is in Christiansburg. Mm-hmm. So our town's benefited from the college.
This is quite a question. Who is your favorite speaker?
Oh my.
Not necessarily preacher, but favorite speaker.
Speaker. That's a tough question. Favorite speaker.
That you'd just like to see get up.
Yeah, just like to see him operate.
Yeah.
Like in the pulpit or whatever.
Yeah.
Some of my all-time favorites. Well, one is Bishop Tipton from Vicksburg.
Yeah.
I like the way he operates in the pulpit. It's kind of different, than normal
He's
preaching.
different. He's very different.
Right. He just kind of feels after God. That's different. So Brother Tipton's one of my all-time favorites. Brother Joseph Rainey, Port Orchard, Washington.
I've heard of him.
He's one of my all-time favorite speakers and preachers as well. Powerful.
Yeah, I got you. Well, what do you do anything? You work at anything besides the school thing that you do and all?
Not really. I do some substituting in our county school system, substitute teaching as well. So mostly teaching. I do some odd jobs. I got a few guys I work with doing landscaping in the summer and things like that, but nothing other than preaching and teaching.
Does your kids, your children, are pretty good travelers?
They are, but they've done it since they were born. You know, my youngest daughter, not so much, but my oldest daughter, she's going to turn 5 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And so from the time she was a couple months old, she was spending long hours in the car seat driving, traveling. Yeah. So they're accustomed to it.
They're cute.
Thank you.
Well, now what about do you all sing?
I sing some. My preaching voice and my singing voice kind of clash with one another. So I got a little gravel on my craw right now from preaching this week. But so I don't sing very often. And my family, who I'm probably 10th string best singer. You know, my cousins and even my brother are very good singers. So I do sometimes if I feel like I need to lead into a sermon or something. I will, but most often I don't. And my wife doesn't sing in church very often, and neither one of us play instruments.
Well, what we did tonight after church, the Tiptons wanted me to teach them how to play rook.
Yes, sir.
And I was glad that you'd had some experience with rook, even though it'd been a while.
Yes, sir.
But that helped me out because I usually just play. I'm not much of a teacher in rook. But I think the Tiptons are hooked, don't you?
I think we got them. I think we got them hooked on it. And I enjoyed it. That was a fun time.
Yeah, it was a fun time and everything. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad we had this little time to come out and come apart and make this little film, this little present. This will be on tomorrow.
Awesome.
Lord willing. And a lot more people that didn't know you will know you tomorrow.
Well, good
and we do get some overseas stuff, and so it makes it seem nice. Some of the missionaries maybe would see it.
Yes, sir.
And well, you got anything particular you'd like to just share or say, or?
Well, I would say obviously for my situation with my grandfather. Always some of my best friends have been elders, and so I really appreciate the opportunity to get to know you better, meet you better.
Well, thank you.
I feel like as a younger man, that's one of the greatest assets we have are the elders that God's given us to learn from.
You know, people say, "Oh, young preachers just they on their own, they don't care." That's not right.
No, sir.
Younger preachers, you got somebody that thinks they're the top dog. but most of the young preachers are very, very respectful to older preachers.
I think that's how it should be.
Yeah, they really are, and I don't have any complaints about how I'm treated by the younger preachers. They are just all so kind and say so many nice things that you know yourself is not real, but it's good for them to feel that way.
Yes, sir.
And that sort of thing. Well, you folks be careful about your traveling back and all that, and thank you so much for being a part of the program.
Thank you for the opportunity. I sure appreciate it.
Well, folks, thank you for listening to us today, and you've met another brother, and I appreciate it very much. God bless you.